fellow sorrowers. That's right. I'm back. So are you. So let's make sure that we can do something to stop this from ever coming back again.
Vaccine developed by scientists at Oxford is set to transform the battle against coronavirus across the globe. In trials, the vaccine proved highly efficient at stopping people developing symptoms of COVID-19.
Look at the numbers. So they use 0 because it holds no value. They use it to separate numbers. Okay, it's like a full stop. So 77 on the end. We'll work backwards because they do, right? 77. Yeah, that's right. So you got your Lalima. Yeah. 52. 52 is another number that they use for paedophile code. Okay, for sodomy. You got your 33. Yeah. And they use A because A is the first of the fallen. Alright, it's also your pyramid. Okay? Your 12 is your 3, which is Saturn. And that's right, you've got 82 on the end there. Okay? But your 82 is simply your 10. So your 1 and your A. That's why it's at the beginning and the end. As above, so below. Yeah? So it's your duality. Same shit. Different vaccine bottle.
The results suggest 70% protection, but by adjusting the dose, the protection could rise to as high as 90%. And while other vaccines have reported higher protection, the great advantage of the Oxford one is that it's cheaper, it's far easier to store, and thus easier to deliver around the world. Now, during the day, the Prime Minister described the results as incredibly exciting, but urged caution in the meantime, as he outlined the restrictions for England after the current lockdown ends on the 2nd of December. We'll have more on that in just a moment. First, our medical editor, Fergus Walsh, reports on the Oxford vaccine.
For the first time since this wretched virus took hold, we can see a
See the colour? There it is again.
route out of the pandemic.
We are just delighted here
Okay, sure you are, little Miss Black and White Symbolism.
at Oxford.
Huge congratulations to you all and your teams.
It's the third goal in the
Yeah, he's talking about the ones that are going to be, culling the population.
back of the net now.
Oxford has created a vaccine not just...
They like putting a purple tint in the glasses as well. I keep seeing that constantly.
Just delighted here at Oxford.
It's so childish, isn't they? So immature.
Huge congratulations to you all and your teams.
It's the third goal in the back of the net now.
Oxford has created a vaccine not just for Britain, but for the world.
The third goal in the back of the neck. Can you believe some of the shit they come out with? The third goal in the back of the neck. So, third of the fallen, Saturn, right? In the back of the neck. Chopping your fucking head off. Yeah? The scythe, Grim Reaper, Saturn. Pfft, wow. Yeah, it's also just next to her ear. The seal of Saturn.
The scientists involved say it brings us closer to a return to normal life.
Head on the block. Head. Okay? It's all you're going to hear about. The head. Okay? They can't attack the heart at the moment. They're attacking the head first because it cuts the heart off if you get this shit in you. Okay? It's all going to be about the head, the scalp, the crown. All these silly little... I know I like my double entendres and my puns in the names of my videos, but they're doing it for a very specific reason. Yes, you are looking at the seal of Saturn on the fucking vaccine there. Correct.
I can definitely see a future beyond the pandemic. I think that we will be able to roll out vaccines in the first half of next year and have a big impact.
Roll out. Vocabulary reflects their lifestyle. Roll out. Roll out, you're dead. Yeah?
Here in the UK. But for humanity, we have to be able to distribute all around the world, and that's going to take a bit longer.
In less than a year...
Okay, again, they're not saying they have to for humanity. Okay, they're saying that they have to get rid of humanity. Okay, because they're not human. They're not human. Okay? I hope you see this
Scientists
by
here
now.
have created a brand new vaccine and run large-scale
I hope you hear this
trials.
by now.
Now, at last, they know it works. There were more than 20...
Right, they don't know. They've told you countless amounts of times in the videos that I've been doing recently, not to mention how many other people have been doing, yeah? They've told you it's not a sure thing, it's not a sure thing, it's not a sure thing, it's not a sure thing. Alright? And they will continue to, as you'll see. Oh, yeah, that's the hive mind you're looking at to the left there, by the way. Okay? That's why they're all grey and they're all... See how they're all... excuse me. They're all merged together. You see it, right? You see? All in threes as well for your unholy trinity and for your seal of Saturn, which is wrapped around them.
1,000 volunteers on the trial
ring?
in the UK and Brazil.
Blood energy, blood
Overall,
magic,
2 doses
genetics.
of the vaccine were around 70%
Oh, yeah.
effective.
And then they give you your green. Didn't have to be green, did it? They give you your green for the heart chakra. It's energization, okay? That's what they're doing here.
In preventing COVID-19. But among volunteers who got a half dose followed by a full one, effectiveness rose to 90%. Importantly, there were no cases of serious COVID disease among those who got the vaccine.
Right then, so I've got over here COV 020-510.
The UK has pre-ordered enough doses to immunise 50 million people in the UK. The elderly in care homes would be...
I think this is one of the bits I really want to show you all, just for a laugh. Oh, I love it. I love when they put on nurses and doctors, all right, the crisis actors that play them, because I always get nervous. It's hilarious. I'm pretty sure it's this one. I don't want to speak and be wrong. Hang on.
first in line.
0510.
The UK has pre-ordered...
So they make them read stuff out because, you know, the technical jargon must mean they know what they're doing. They do that all the time, okay? You see the CE right there on the head, on the crown. Yeah, and the Seal of Saturn next to it. Yeah, so C and E are both 33.
ordered enough doses to immunise 50 million people in the UK. The elderly in care homes would be first in
Black Saturnian attire.
line, then the over 80s and frontline health workers. Along with Pfizer...
If you wear black, you wear black. I'm always wearing black. It's not about that. They're energising their actions through it, okay? It's what you're energising a colour with, a pattern, a number, a letter, a sigil, okay? That's all. That's all it is.
and Moderna. It means there are now 3 COVID vaccines which could be approved next month. Like the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines, the key to the Oxford jab is the spike protein which sits on the surface of coronavirus. Scientists have taken the gene for this protein and put it into a virus that causes the common cold in chimpanzees. The virus has been modified and disabled so it can't cause disease in humans. Once in the body, the vaccine...
The human cell, the hue of the man, and it's green. They know what they're doing, all right?
...instructs cells to make the coronavirus spike protein.
I don't know about you, but in this context, if you see the colour green, doesn't it remind you of like you know, mucus and stuff, right? Vomit and all that kind of, yeah? They're trying to sell it to you, it's anything but, yeah? That this is a good positive thing. They still use the fucking colour green, don't they? You see? Right?
This prompts the immune system to create Y-shaped antibodies. In the event of future...
Again, what colour do they choose to use these Y-shaped antibodies? Yellow. Sex. Genetics. They're fucking with your genes. That's what it's going to do. Okay? They want the antibodies after. Alright? It's all about genetics. All of it.
exposure,
Joining up the dots.
These should latch onto coronavirus and prevent infection. And it stimulates T cells.
No. It's going to latch on to certain parts of your brain and it's going to influence it in an unnatural way, okay? And once they're latched on, there's not much you're going to be able to do to get them out unless you want to open your scalp up with a scalpel and go prodding about for them. That's it. Okay? Don't be doing it. Do not be doing it. T cells, yeah? T virus. No, I'm just pissing about there, but
cells,
you know.
another part of the immune system. These should destroy cells that have become infected. This is a really important day for science.
So they always make sure to put a shoulda, coulda, or would in there, because then again, no karmic value being attached to them. Okay, it should work, should do. If it doesn't, well, it doesn't matter, does it? Because they said it should, not that it will.
This here in Oxford, and for the fight against coronavirus. The data is still being analysed, but their vaccine appears to prevent serious illness with COVID and most...
Look at that thumb, man. Come on. And tell me these are human. Every single time. If it was you, wouldn't you just keep your hands in your pocket or behind your back or something? They don't think you can see it. That's the problem though, isn't it? They don't think. Boy, are they going to get a surprise.
And for the fight against coronavirus. The data is still being
Ready?
analysed.
Steady.
Their vaccine appears to prevent serious
Squawk.
illness with COVID and most infections. Now that could have a major impact on the pandemic here in the UK and worldwide.
Yeah.
Although the vaccine was created in record time, Oxford says no...
See the Deep in Delight? This one, they love putting this one on every single time. Yeah.
Here in the UK and worldwide.
Sorry, they're just grotesque to me. Like, I never used to make all these icky sounds, but they're genuine.
Created in record time,
So I know what they're trying to do.
Oxford says no shortcuts have been taken with safety.
Licking her lips over it. Death. Turns them on, okay? It's
And
arousing.
Side effects have been mostly mild. Edward was one of the very first volunteers.
It's pretty amazing how fast everything is, but really how careful and considered everything has been done. Everything is there. We can trust it. And so it's really...
Whoa, back up there, Eddie boy. The union of us, yeah? You, me, everyone, we can trust it. Now, why would you be saying that, mate? If we could trust it, you probably wouldn't need to tell us that we can trust it, right? I wouldn't be saying that. If I genuinely thought that, I'd say, you can trust it. In fact, I wouldn't even say that. Okay? But they're saying it because it's scripted. That's why the other one's going, yep, carry on, that's it. Yep, just follow like a good little doggy. Ah, good little Canaanite. The smugness gives it away, you see.
Volunteers.
It's pretty amazing how fast everything is, but really how careful and considered everything has been done.
No. Right, if something's done fast, the care and consideration, it's not anything. You can do something if you've got the practitioners in, the experience, the talent, right? But they don't have this. It's all new to them, right? They've had to come up with this out of nowhere, this vaccine. So how in their hell are they going to have all that coordinated consideration and care put into it? Makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. All right?
It. And so it's really exciting to see the results.
It is. That's the only bit of truth in that. It's exciting to them to see the results, to see if what they know or believe will happen to us will happen to us. Well, it will happen to us if we let it happen.
AstraZeneca, Oxford's commercial partner, has pledged never to make a profit from the vaccine in poorer countries. And their jab is far cheaper, easier to store and transport around the world than others.
The supply chain that we put in place for next year will give us a capacity of up to 3 billion doses, which will include not just the developed world, but many regions of the developing world as well. And because this vaccine...
Yeah, lying through his Canaanite tooth, okay? You can tell because it's all in the disfluencies of how people speak. Basic psychology.
It's just refrigerated. It makes it much easier to distribute and administer.
But don't underestimate the hurdles ahead. Immunising the UK, let alone the world, will be a huge undertaking. Drive-through centres like this one in Greater Manchester
That's right, Nissan. You see it on the front of the car? Saturn. Yeah. Why that car? Why didn't they film the car before it or the car after it?
providing flu jabs are likely to be used for COVID vaccines. And even if 1 million adults a week are immunised, it'll be months before these vials help clear a path through the pandemic.
Vials. Interesting choice of words there. Vial. It is vile, yeah, they are, all of them. Very fucking vile. But that's not why they chose that. Veil, the black veil, which they're all under, and you shall be also if you take it.
And Fergus is back from Oxford and with me now in the studio. This is the third vaccine we've been discussing. Lots of excitement, understandably, about this one, Fergus. The question for lots of people at home is when? You know, when will we see the vaccine? When will people actually be?
Okay, so again, a little bit of truth in the lies, always is. From the feedback they've already got, people only want to know when. Okay. The NPCs only want to know when it's coming, not what is in it before it comes. Okay? That's why they're so excited. In that sense, it's working.
Treated with it.
It is astonishing, Hugh, that we now have 3 vaccines that can prevent serious COVID infection. It's going to take a week or two for AstraZeneca to get their paperwork together and submit it.
I'll point it out, although it's so obvious. There's a reason why it's 3 vaccines, okay? Not 2, not 4. Surely you want more, right? Just 3 a day.
Regulators. Pfizer's already done that. We might see the first vaccines being approved early in December, and we might see some immunisation before the end of the year. But the vast majority is going to be done in 2021. The Prime Minister says he'd like the vast majority of vulnerable people to...
2021, 2, 2 and 1. The year of death.
Been immunised by Easter in early April. Well,
Easter, Ishtar, Lilith, yay!
There are 12 million over 65s. Now add to that all the frontline healthcare workers. So the younger you are, the longer you're going to have to wait. If you're under 50, you might have to wait till the summer. But we do need people, we do need adults to take up the offer of vaccination. It's not going to be compulsory. We need maybe 60 or 70% of adults to be immunised to curb the spread of the virus. Now, we don't know how long protection will last. At some point, we may need booster doses. So we shouldn't expect...
And there you have it, brothers and sisters. It's a drip-drop process, like I said, so it won't just be you've got it done, that's it, okay? That's it because it's in you, but not that's it, you're just going to fall over and die. It doesn't work like that. They're going to need a few different jabs that are going to combine within your genetics and change them, okay? Alter them. Yeah, chimeras, essentially. Doesn't mean you have to have a lion's head, you know? And talons, it's all just genetics. It's all it is. It doesn't have to be a visual thing. Most genetics aren't, are they?
The vaccine to change our lives this winter. But thanks to science, the path out of this pandemic is looking ever clearer.
See, this is what they do. Your smug little... This is the science. Again, it's that characterization like they do with COVID. We have to learn to live with COVID. Look, it's your next door neighbour, right? You put personality into it, gives it life, right? Same thing with, you know, we owe it all to the science. Believe in the science. What does the science say? Like it's a living thing, right? And of course, the huge oxymoron in that is, of course, science is not meant to be organic. It's the artificial study of the organic, perhaps, but it's not organic. You see? But to them, that's the closest thing they'll ever get to something organic. Right? Yeah, just £3 per dose. Fuck, like, free vaccine, £3. Come on, man. Don't you just want to throttle him with his own tie? Yeah, so, oh, it's gone. It's gone. It will be. I'll take it back. I've forgotten. Hang on. One last thing.
Shouldn't expect the vaccine to change our lives this winter. But thanks to science, the path out of this pandemic...
Change our lives. Can really change your life. Yeah, it's going to change something. It will change the way you live your life because you won't be living. Okay? So, do you see how they do it? And it will change their lives too, because they've changed yours. You'll be just as dead as them, and therefore controllable. Get them gurning over it. You know, love it.
Is looking ever clearer.
Fergus, good to talk to you again. Thank you very much.
Ever clearer. Okay, clear, to clear it out, clear us out. I don't usually do wordplay. I do, but I won't just do it effortlessly because it's too easy. Okay. If I'm doing it, it's because I'd like to believe at least it's pretty obvious, and so it should be done. Okay. But they don't think it's obvious to you, and they don't think it's obvious to me. What they think is not what they know, and therefore they will never be free. Love you all, whether it be on the inside or the outside. I'll see you in the next episode and on the other side of the cube.